Hello children, let us start with today's topic uniform circular motion. As you can see, uniform circular motion. Okay, from the name circular means the body is going to move along a circular track, and uniform means the motion is going to be uniform. So when an object moves with constant speed along a circular path, the motion is called as uniform circular motion. I repeat, when an object moves with a constant speed along a circular path, the motion is called as a uniform circular motion. Okay. Now, if an object is moving along a circular path, if an object is moving along a circular path of radius r and takes time t to come back to its starting position, the speed can be given as the formula, it can be given as distance upon time. It can be given as distance upon time. Children, when we were learning distance and displacement, there also we had one example like this, correct? So in that case, the circular motion is the circumference of the circle, which is 2 pi r upon the time taken. 2 pi r upon the time taken. Correct children? So speed is equal to distance upon time, as we know. And here children, since you can see speed is 2 pi r upon t, correct children? So speed is going to be equal to velocity because the motion is going to be uniform. Therefore v is equal to 2 pi r by t. Okay. Now example of this kind of motion, that is uniform circular motion: motion of the earth around the sun, motion of the moon around the earth, motion of the electron around the nucleus, motion of the blades of a fan. So these are very 4 easy examples of uniform circular motion. Very easy examples of uniform circular motion. I repeat: motion of the earth around the sun, motion of the moon around the earth, motion of the electron around the nucleus, and motion of the blades of a fan. Now children, can you see here we have an activity here. Now we are allowing the body to move from this point, and now you can see this time, since the shape is having 4 sides, the body is going to change its direction 4 times, correct? Now here you can see, if I allow this object to move along this track, it is having 5 sides. So this time the object is going to change its direction 5 times. Then this is a hexagon. Here the object is going to change its direction 6 times, and so on. So if you increase the number of sides of a polygon and make it infinite, what will be finally the shape of the path? And towards the end, what shape you are going to get? Towards the end, what shape you are going to get? See children, we started with a closed figure, which is a polygon, and as we go on increasing the vertices, now here there are 4 sides, 4 vertices, 5 sides, 5 vertices, 6 sides and 6 vertices. As we go on increasing the vertices and the sides of the polygon, what the shape that we get towards the end is going to be a circular shape. I hope this activity is clear to you. Okay children. Now the next activity is determine the direction of velocity in uniform circular motion. Now children, we have this disc, and this disc is rotating. And over this disc I am going to place a 5 rupee coin. Now as the disc is in motion, the coin will also be in motion, and it will go towards the edges, right? Now listen, when the disc is moved at a higher speed, the coin will be thrown off. Initially the coin will be on the disc, but as the speed will go on increasing, the coin will be thrown off. And the question is, observe the direction in which the coin is going to be thrown off. The coin will be thrown off in a direction of the tangent, which is perpendicular to the radius of the disc. Suppose the 5 rupee coin is here children, and this is the radius of the disc. In which direction the coin will be thrown? the coin will be thrown out along this direction. The coin will be thrown out around this direction, and this arrow that I have drawn, that becomes the tangent. That becomes the tangent. Tangent means it is simply perpendicular. Tangent means it is simply perpendicular. Suppose the 5 rupee coin is here, and now it is going to leave the disc. As the speed of the disc is increasing, that time also you can see it is going to move out from the disc in a direction which is perpendicular to the radius of the disc. Perpendicular to the radius of the disc. Same for here also, children. If the coin is placed here, it will try to move out from the disc in such a way that this direction in which the coin is going to move out of the disc is going to be perpendicular to the radius. Is going to be perpendicular to the radius. I hope this is clear. Okay. Now the next inertia. Inertia, children, what is inertia? The tendency of a body to resist or to stop the change in the state of rest or a state of motion is called as inertia, or is called as inertia. Now children, inertia is directly related with mass. Greater the mass, greater is the inertia. Lesser the mass, less is the inertia. I repeat once again, what is inertia? The tendency of a body to stop the change or to resist change in a state of rest or a state of motion is called as inertia. Children, in class 8 you have already studied there are 3 types of inertia. Inertia of rest. What is the meaning of inertia of rest? What is the meaning of inertia of rest? I have an object. I am applying force on the object, but the object doesn't want to move. That is because of inertia of rest. That is because of inertia of rest. Now what is inertia of motion? Inertia of motion. I have inertia of motion. I have a ball which I am allowing to move along a frictionless surface, along a smooth surface. The ball, I am applying force to stop it, but still the ball will continue to be in its state of motion. Children, that is called as inertia of motion. And when such a ball is moving on a frictionless surface, I am applying force so that there can be change in direction. But the ball doesn't take any change in direction. It continues to move in its forward direction. It continues to move in its forward direction. Such an inertia is called as inertia of direction. I hope it is clear. Once again, children, inertia, the tendency of a body to resist change in a state of rest or a state of motion is called as inertia. And total there are 3 types of inertia which you have very clearly studied and learned in class 8. Okay, children, moving to the next, Newton's laws of motion. We have total 3 laws of motion. We have total 3 laws of motion. Newton's first law of motion is also called as law of inertia. Newton's first law of motion is also called as law of inertia. First, let me state the first law. Newton's first law of motion. An object continues to remain at rest or in a state of uniform motion along a straight line unless an external unbalanced force acts on it. I repeat, Newton's first law of motion. An object continues to remain at rest or in a state of uniform motion along a straight line unless an external unbalanced force acts on it. Now, to show that the Newton's first law is also called as law of inertia, let me take the example of a carpet. Let me take the example of a carpet. When we dust a carpet by lifting it, the carpet is set into motion. Are you getting this? When we dust a carpet with a bamboo, when we take a bamboo and when we hit on the carpet, what happens? What happens to the carpet? The carpet is set into motion. What is present on the carpet? The dust particles. The dust particles. Though the carpet is set into motion, the dust particles which are there on carpet, they continue to remain in a state of rest. They continue to remain in the state of rest. Now you are hitting the carpet. You are hitting the carpet surface with the bamboo. The carpet is in motion. It will move to and fro. But the dust particles, they continue to be in a state of rest. And as a result, though the carpet is moving, the dust particles will fall to the ground. So what is the result of this? As the dust particles fall onto the surface of the ground, the carpet becomes cleaner and cleaner. The carpet becomes cleaner and cleaner means it will be free from dust. It will be free from dust. Definitely after removing the dust we have to wash it. I am just talking about dust particles and the carpet. Dust particles and the carpet.